South Florida's highest-ranking politician criticizing the president.
Why didn't the president go on television
over his handling of a Chinese balloon? All eyes on Broward County.
Let's go, Panthers! Woo!
As Sunrise hosts the NHL All-Star Game. And local celebrations for the first weekend of Black History Month.
To the public, I mean, you can't beat this.
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Elena Key.
I'm Leanne Abu-Tarbush. Today is Friday, February 17th, 2023.
Live from the FIU Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Tiny miracles amid tragedy in Syria and Turkey as victims are still being found alive a week and a half after the earthquakes. In addition to the rescues, there is relief money pouring in from across the globe.
Here in South Florida, the organization Global Empowerment Mission is delivering $20 million worth of food and supplies. The network's Kenya Cardone is live in Doral this morning.
Massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit Turkey and Syria. Now more than ever, these people need your help. That's why I'm here at the headquarters of Global Empowerment Mission. It's here in Doral. Take a look behind me. You can see the assembly line. This is where the volunteers come and they pack up those supplies and goods and they fill up those pallets. And once those pallets are done, it gets sent over here where they wrap those pallets. And that's what you're seeing right now, a warehouse with pallets on pallets on pallets of supplies and goods that get sent to areas and countries that are recovering from disasters just like Turkey and Syria. Right now we know that $3 million in aid have already been sent to Turkey. They're currently working on establishing a hub in Turkey so that they can begin their three-phase distribution process of those supplies and goods. That's what's going on in Turkey though, but you here in South Florida can help. We need the community's help. That's why I'm here with the Chief Development Officer. This is Patrick Lynch. He's here to tell us the 3 things that he needs from you right now.
Thank you so much. So if you folks go to globalempowermentmission.org, you can learn how to give us 3 things: dollars, goods, and volunteer hours. So if you're interested in doing any one of those 3 things, you can check out our website and help us make an impact around the world from right here in Florida.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on here to talk to us. Like he said, they need the help. People are still being found under that rubble. So we need to help as a community, no matter from where you are. If you visit our website, sfmn.fiu.edu, we're going to have more information on how you can help. We'll also link the website to this organization. There's going to be a list of acceptable goods that are able to be donated and how you can volunteer. Any way that you can help, that's all going to be linked on our website. But for now, live here in Doral, I'm Kenya Cardone, South Florida Media Network.
Our Washington, D.C. Bureau also found a unique charity effort in their neighborhood. The network's Sabrina Begri-Stein is in the nation's capital this morning.
Behind me is Meze, one of DC's first Turkish Mediterranean restaurants that is hosting the earthquake relief fundraiser and hopes to raise $5,000 to those in Turkey and Syria.
Its damage is very big also, and we try to help from the overseas.
Meze owner Solomon Gunes donated 3 days of revenue, a total of $15,500, to earthquake relief efforts and hopes this next fundraiser will get more support from locals. The Syria Relief and Development nonprofit organization partnered with Meze to raise money for medical kits, tents, a mobile clinic, and much more. Locals like Eden, who was born in Turkey, are trying to help his native country.
We want to come here and donate for the victims of the earthquake. At the same time, all the proceeds here goes to the relevant organizations and Syria Relief and Development to support to people who are affected by this catastrophe.
People packed the event, including Carmen Fox, who used social media as a way to connect and let people know about it.
This is an event that's very important, a cause that's very important to me, and I actually have an Instagram account for my dog. She's a corgi. She's incredibly cute, and I talk about a lot of political stuff on there, and I shared this event on there, and there was a lot of good reception to that. So I'm excited to see how people, even corgi lovers, how they want to help out and bring a good cause to life.
South Floridians can help by donating to Miami-based organizations like the Global Empowerment Mission and the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. I'm Sabrina Begri-Stein in Washington, D.C. for the South Florida Media Network.
A popular clothing executive is facing over 10 years in prison. Salt Life co-founder Michael Hutto was sentenced to 12 years in prison after pleading guilty to manslaughter for the death of Laura Grace in 2020. Hudo said they were playing a game, but then he pulled out a gun, shot her, and drove away. Deputies found the outfit executive in Jacksonville after he ran out of gas.
Approaching college graduation comes with a lot of excitement, but it also comes with a lot of anxiety. The network's Gabriela Perez has a closer look at a recent Forbes magazine survey.
As students prepare for another day of school this morning, the fear for the future continues to rise. Stress and anxiety is an ongoing issue for young adults, especially those who are on the verge of graduating.
I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of worries, considering that me and my sibling are the first people to attend college in our family. My parents, I feel like I have a responsibility to provide for them.
Today, more than 50% of college students fear for their future and are experiencing doubts. More than 53% of 18 to 24-year-olds move back after temporarily leaving for college due to financial struggles.
Of course, there's outside factors that affect how students, relate to or integrate into courses or integrate into college life altogether. I mean, because this is, as the television show says, a different world.
Job opportunities, housing, and transportation are the main factors that cause students to worry. Time and time again, undergrads are making sacrifices in hopes of creating their dream life. For South Florida Media Network, I'm Gabriela Perez.
While dating is a normal part of adolescence, new research suggests that those who remain single may be happier. A recent study published in the Journal of School Health reveals that adolescents who choose not to date fare as well as other or better than their couple's counterparts in social and leadership skills. They're also less depressed. The data was originally published in a 2013 study, but a PhD candidate at the University of Georgia recently dove deeper, comparing the social and emotional data of 10th graders, and found that a lack of romantic relationships had not hindered the development of the low daters.
Celia Cruz getting recognized for her contribution to music, as Angela Rivas from our DC Bureau reports she's now getting her face on a U.S. quarter.
Celia Cruz joins 4 other trailblazing women as part of the U.S. Mint's 2024 American Women's Quarters program, making history as the first Afro-Latino woman to be chosen.
The U.S. Mint program of recognizing women on the 25-cent coin began in 2022 as a way to honor women who have made contributions to U.S. history. Celia Cruz died in 2003, and the award-winning singer made her mark in the U.S. Latin music scene after immigrating to New Jersey from Cuba in 1961. Dr. Greta Pope, an American entertainer and vocalist who's based in Chicago and Orlando, said Cruz's contribution to the quarter is very important to the industry.
I think that it is wonderful, coming from the perspective of a vocalist. Celia Cruz certainly allowed us to understand the Latin culture.
Cruz's addition to the program brings representation to the Afro-Latino community. Professor Jean Mutero Raer of Anthropology and African Diaspora Studies at FIU explained the importance of recognizing her Afro-Latino heritage.
Highly symbolic. It's important in the sense that it will, for the first time, give some presence, some visibility.
U.S. Mint spokesperson Amanda Kratz-Flores explained how the honorees are chosen.
Over 11,000 submissions entered into the portal for recommendations. From those names, 11,000 names, we came up with 20 total honorees that the program has.
The U.S. Mint says designs for Cruz's coin and other honorees will be released later this year, and production will start in 2024. Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Rivas for the South Florida Media Network.
2 strangers in Florida have now been bonded forever after a life-changing surgery where one of them donated a kidney to the other. Both young women live in Sarasota and had their surgery in Tampa. Candy Baramato was told that her kidney was failing at only 25 years old. She took to social media in search of help, and Catherine Koshever was the answer. The two had never met before, but being moved by Candy's story, Catherine decided that she needed to help.
You have no idea the impact that you can have on anybody, whether it's donating a kidney or giving somebody a smile. I think that we underestimate how far that can go sometimes.
And this is what we should be all about, pushing our children further.
The two were a match and met for the first time on the day of their surgery. They plan to take a trip each year on the anniversary of their surgery in celebration.
And this is what we should be all about, pushing our children further, making them soar like eagles. And that's what FIU does.
What camera's next?
The Panthers looking for a big win on the road.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
And this is what we should be all about, pushing our children further, making them soar like eagles. And that's what FIU does.
A member of Congress makes her visit to the South Florida Media Network. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Haiti filmed in our studio.
Hello, my neighbors in Haiti. This is your Congresswoman, Frederica Wilson. Know that you're in my heart forever. We are your voices in Congress. We know the trouble and turmoil in Haiti now, but we feel you, we see you, we hear you, and we are fighting for you.
A message for Haiti filmed in our studio and featuring Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. The Congresswoman who represents South Florida joins FIU students and faculty as she tours the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media. After touring the school space age studio for Altered Reality with Dean Brian Schreiner and founder Lee Kaplan, she described her journey in education as a North Dade principal, as well as her brother's background as a Miami Herald reporter. She had his advice for students.
Being a school principal, I had the opportunity to interact with children every day, and I would always tell them, do not let anyone define you, and do not let anyone tell you what you cannot do, because you can be and do anything that you want to.
Wearing a signature pink cowboy hat, she also talked about her rise in politics, starting at the Miami-Dade School Board, continuing in Tallahassee, and finishing in Washington as chairwoman of the House Committee on Higher Education. The Florida Panthers are leaving D.C. after taking an important win over the Washington Capitals. Coming back after a heavy loss against the Blues on Valentine's Day, the Cats didn't let that bring down their spirits, going into Washington, D.C. and outplayed the Capitals. The final score was Panthers 6, Capitals 3. The Panthers will head west and play the Nashville Predators tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Leanne Abator-Bush. I'm Elena Key. Get more news anytime at sfn.fiu.edu.